don't mind my new background. This will be where I film the rest of my videos because I moved, because I got married. But anywho, I'll jump right into it. In chapter 14, we covered capacity and legality, which are the third and fourth elements required of a valid contract. Capacity is defined as the legal ability to enter into a contractual relationship. So just basically, you have to be of age, mentally all there, unless you have like a power of attorney or somebody who can like vouch for you, I guess. And then you can't be intoxicated, like you have to be sober. So I'll just kind of go into detail with that. Minors, start out, a minor is defined as somebody under the age of 18. Unless you're in Nebraska, then it's 19, and I don't know about any other states. But minors can enter into any contract that an adult can, except obviously illegal contracts like contracting somebody to kill somebody else, like a hitman. Can't do that. Disaffermance is just the legal avoidance of a contractual obligation. So only a minor can disaffirm. So like, I don't know what would be a good example, but they can be disaffirmed at any time. The contracts can be disaffirmed at any time. They can disaffirm, I think, maybe I didn't say it. They can disaffirm any contract, and only a minor can disaffirm a contract. Exceptions would be minors can disaffirm even when they've lied about their age. So even though maybe they aren't a minor, or maybe they lied about their age saying they were 18, find out they were a minor, they can still disaffirm. It's not like they're held to that age, like 19 or whatever they said they might be. Intoxication is defined, or I guess court views capacity, intoxication, and mental incompetence regarding the validity of a contract. They view that as not valid because you're not all there. So intoxication, obviously, being when you're under the influence of drugs or alcohol, you're not mentally all there to be able to make a big decision like that. Those kind of contracts, when you're intoxicated, can be voidable or valid. Courts would look at a person's condition. So like say for whatever reason they breathalyze you, they could see what blood to alcohol content you were at, and then they could say, oh, well, you were at the legal limit, so technically you're still like all there, so you can't get out of it, kind of thing. But the courts can look at the person's condition to rule whether or not they think it would be valid or void. And then mental incompetence, just obviously being if you're not all there, you would have to have a power of attorney to make a legal decision. Those kinds of, if you're looking at those, they can be void, valid, or voidable. A void contract would mean like to be able to void a contract, you would have to be previously proven to be mentally incompetent to make a decision. Voidable would be you maybe weren't mentally incompetent at the time, but were later seen as being mentally incompetent. And then valid would be the person was, so like say you have Alzheimer's and you are proven to be lucid, and you sign a contract or something, that would be a valid contract because you were proven to be mentally competent at the time. So then we also talked about legality, and legality is just that a contract is valid and enforceable only if it is formed for a legal purpose. So you can't, like I said earlier, hire somebody to be a hitman. You can't make that a contract. That's not a legal thing. Same thing with like drugs. I think you made mention in class, like, you can't say like, oh, I'll pay you this much for drugs, and then when the person doesn't pay, you can't call the cops and say, oh, they didn't pay this, because drugs are illegal. So then unconscionable contracts clauses, contracts whose bargains are so oppressive that courts relieve innocent parties of part or all of their duties. So that would kind of go hand in hand with that example that I just gave. Or like if a Spanish, like first language Spanish speaking person is given a contract in English and they sign it, they obviously don't know what the contract says. And then exculpatory clauses, geez, just release party from liability in event of monetary or physical injury. So if you sign a contract and then you die, it would be not valid anymore. Sorry. Yeah, I think that's it.